Welcome to my video. And this is kind of an energy update. It should be, it ought to be, because I was supposed to record this on a Monday. And do you remember last week, I didn't record a video on Monday because it was an energy update day. And that started happening last week. This week was the same. I sat there on Monday and I was very well aware I should have been sharing something. And I was like, but I don't have anything to share. And I went through this back and forth and I was like, well, I'm not going to just bang out words and take up people's time if there's nothing behind it. And I'm just posting because it's a Monday and that's what we do. So I just sat there and I just thought, well, I'm not going to do it because I don't feel inspired and I do not have anything inspiring to speak about. And part of me kind of wanted to freak out. But the big news on that is this shows how far we've come. I was like, no, I'm honoring the flow into frequency. And now this is a big indication. This is a big message for me that I wanted to share here, that the fact that I've come away from the structure, more like my mental structure, that Mondays is energy update day. And I kind of like went, well, I'm honoring the flow of creativity, the ebbs and flows, what we call in the principles. This would be deemed as the principle of rhythm, like knowing that when to breathe out, knowing when to breathe in and honoring that rather than actually forcing an exhale when it's not time. And that's what Monday gave to me. And I thought, because I really didn't have anything to share. And then Tuesday came past and I was like, don't have anything to share. And then between Tuesday and today being Wednesday, everything happened. So now I have a lot to share with you. Call it an energy update. Call it just a portal and a gospel of Marie. I don't know. Do you know what I mean? But let me get into it because I've got a huge message from Sekhmet. There's some stuff that I'm going to be sharing in this video now, but I'm going to be sharing the body of it or the lion's share of it, as it were, in tomorrow's temple gathering. So those of you that already come and they know that you know the deal, we are working with Thoth and we're going to be working with the principle and mentalism, which is the skeleton master key for all of the other principles. So that's going to be really, really powerful. It's on Thanksgiving, which obviously we don't celebrate it this side, but I know a lot of you guys in the States are all going to be in that energy. And quite honestly, that's the energy of the consciousness going into the grid. So Thanksgiving is going to be very much a vibe of that as well. So I'm going to kind of really share the lion's share of that in tomorrow's class. And if you want to know more about that information, it's on the community post. So just like within this channel, just go and have a look at the community post. If you don't have your link, you can get it there. Okay. Now, this is a message from Sekhmet, but it's also a powerful kind of like threading and weaving of Osiris as well. So I'm just going to get into it, as they say. So now it's been rather quiet Monday and Tuesday. And then like we got to today and it's all just gone kaboom, like massive realizations, massive shifts, right? So I want to talk about the divine masculine, okay? Because the divine masculine has been very much up front and center. And so many of us have been feeling it, talking about it. And for once, it's actually quite nice that we're not digging him out, you know what I mean? And going, that divine masculine is so controlling. He is coming in and he is just like wooing us and loving us. And the big old arms are coming around us and we can feel him within and without. And we're like feeling looked after, man. And I'm telling you now, I mean, I know not all of you are married or have other partners or whatever. It doesn't matter. Like I said to you, the union is within you. The beloved that you're coming into union with is you. It just so happens some of us chose to be married in this lifetime or have sacred others in physical form, so they can just basically reflect back to us our lessons more intensely. And that's the twin flame journey. And I have to say, I've been married for 25 years and I've been married to my best friend, and you know, we've been through some stuff, right? But he's moving with me now. We're literally balancing up. The same things are happening in our lives at the same time. We're transmuting it quicker as a husband and wife because we're actually having a conversation with each other about it. Before, it used to be very separate. I'm advising him, he's advising me. He's actually listening to me. And for the first time ever, I'm listening to him, because usually I'm too busy, the one with the answers, and I'm like, yeah, I hear you, but... And now I'm listening. I'm actually sat there and I'm like absorbing all of his wisdom, and we're weaving. And on our physical bodies as well, me and my husband are going through exactly the same tune-ups, and we're going through them at the same time, which is like a bit bonkers and crazy. But that's how I know what I'm about to share with you is happening, because I see him as my mirror. And when I'm off, we clash. And when I'm on and I'm in it, then we align, right? And we've been going through a really big, greaty time recently, but now everything's started to balance. Now, aligning, you're leveling up. This is the message of the divine masculine. So now I'm going to share a short story about me, because you know what I get for me, I get for all, because we're all one, basically. So whatever I go through, you're going to go through, or you might be going through it at the same time. we're all one. So now I have had I'm actually got very, very bad coccyx pain. I've spoken about it a lot. It's very much to do with this transition that we're going through. I speak a lot about it to do with the Lemuria timelines and the Atlantis timelines, which is divine masculine, divine feminine. We are the third kind of like expression of that, which is like we are representative of the New Earth timeline. And those two timelines, they fell because they didn't come into their bodies. They lost connection to their physical body. So this timeline, we've kind of gone that plus that, because we're correcting it all, equals this, which is the time we do complete. And remember, 1 + 2 + 3. 1, divine feminine, plus 2, divine masculine, balance. When those two are balanced, they equal something. This is the formula. They equal creation. So technically, we're the creation and the divine blueprint of those two coming together in a healthy way. So this is this timeline that we're moving into right now. So I have been going through this very, very bad physical pain because we've really been coming in. We're pushing out old programs of the physical body, deep, deep memory stored of when we've never got this far before. You know what I mean? So this is why coccyx pain, it's all to do with our connection coming back into our physical bodies. Once we radically accept ourselves, that helps us ground even deeper. And then we keep moving with that, which we're going to do throughout November. Sorry, yes, I suppose a few days left in November, throughout November, all the way through December, even January to a point. We're going to keep trucking. We're going to keep doing what we're doing. And through this radical acceptance, and we're like all going for this, oh my God, all of these ahas and realizations, because the truth's coming online now, because we can finally see it. This is going to allow us to plug back into Gaia. That was the thing that was missing, and that's the thing that we're reclaiming right now, right? So I've gone through this very, very hectic physical pain. I'm actually working with a body stress release guy who is amazing. It's a therapy, a body therapy that you work with here in Africa. I don't think it's known in the world, actually. Anyway, but it's a body work, right? And he's been working on my body. He said my right side had collapsed, which is why there's no pain, which I know, being a body code practitioner myself, I do know that the two circuits, once your right side collapses, it's the left side that will feel the pain. So it's not the left side that's actually the issue. My right side, my masculine has just gone out to lunch. He's just, fuck it, I'm so damaged. I'm just like out. And then the divine feminine, which is my left, has gone, oh Jesus, like I've got too many boxes in my arms and this guy's just dumped more shit here and he's checked out, you know what I mean? So I've been like this. So that's what happened with my body. It's kind of shown that imbalance. The other night, 2-3 nights ago, I had a dream. And when I dream, I'm able to master my dream state now because it's one of my mediums, and I'm sure a lot of you do the same. You know, when you can actually think, you can actually instigate thought within your dream state, and that's when you can be very lucid. So when I dream, I become very lucid, and I actually felt a pain in my shoulder. And then what my body said to me in my dream state was like, oh no, the pain is now pushing out your right side and it's coming to the surface, which is a good thing because the body's now balancing up. This has just been in pain deluxe, coccyx blown out. I'm literally sitting on a donut cushion as we speak now. It's pathetic. I look like I'm 90 years old. But now in this dream state, it showed that the energy, like if you can see it, it's like the energy is pushing up now. The right side is going, yep, here's all this deep-seated pain. And the fact that my body is sore on the right side is a good thing because now it's come to the surface to be known, which means it's balancing up. Funnily enough, I've woken up today with a right blocked ear. And I'm starting to feel pain in my right shoulder. So I don't see this as a negative. I see this as a balancing up, and the body's now gently saying, yeah, we're breathing it out, we're breathing it out, we're breathing it out, you know? So that's a very powerful thing. So I know that the body is balancing itself up and coming into that divine masculine, divine feminine. So when you are really connecting with your divine masculine, what else can you be like experiencing? Less brain fog, because brain fog is always an overstressed divine feminine when she's a bit floppily-doppily, you know, and she can't make a decision, procrastinating and everything like that. It's a very, very a big indicator that there's a lack of presence of the divine masculine. So of course the divine masculine brings us kind of like order to our chaos, if you like, brings order to, or brings a landing pad to the divine feminine. And it's like you get an idea, and then your next thing is like, right, how do I action that? And then all of a sudden you'll get an idea, like if you have to go and, I don't know, you've got to go and make a meal. You're like, I'm going to make a really nice prawn curry tonight. And then you're like, right, what do I need? The action phase is getting in your car and going to get the ingredients. Maybe you need a new saucepan, but you start to create, and then the two ideas come to, or the two things come together. Then you have a lovely meal. It's kind of like that, right? So brain fog is kind of being as an absence of the divine masculine. You sat there and you're like trying to organize yourself, and you're like, your wheels are spinning, but you can't get out the gates, and there's just no flow because everything's just a bit off. So that is now dissipating. Like, I really feel a powerful presence of the divine masculine. When I sit here, I'm like, right, I just have to ask him. I'm like, bring me a real clear pathway forward to land this idea that I need to action, right? So I'm noticing a big change in that as well. So therefore, you're feeling more supported because that action or that energy is now able to fire, because before it was just like a limp muscle. In all my 20 years of being an exercise specialist, I always used to find it fascinating that I used to teach reformer Pilates as well as many other things. And that is very core orientated stomach muscles, right? So I would get these like people that would come, and then on session one, I'd give them the hardest, like there's an exercise called the 100, and I would give them this hardest exercise, which would be really like, if I did it, it'd be burning like a mofo, right? These people do it, and I'm like, can you feel it in your abs? And they're like, no. And it's like one of the most intense core exercises, second session, can you feel it in your abs? No. By the third time they come for a session, can you feel it in your abs? Oh my God, it's burning. So it's kind of a big indication that like when a muscle's been quite flaccid for a while, you can give it a nudge. It's not really doing anything. Give it a nudge, persevere, not really doing anything. Give it a nudge and it's like, yes, I'm awake. What's going on? So the abs, the core work is kind of similar to the divine masculine. He's like, whoa, right, what are we doing? I'm here. So that's what's showing through my right body and my right shoulder. It's coming to the forefront. So you might find that those kind of analogies, you know, it's a process. I wouldn't say he's fully like there, but he's more there than he was before, you know? So that is the divine masculine coming online. Not everybody is going to be feeling this, right? A lot of you, if not all of you that are here on this channel, which I call my pride and my tribe, we have done extensive work on ourselves, right? So that is why we are basically come together as tribe. So not everybody is going to see this or feel this. And some, you know, might be a bit like, oh, you're doing it wrong because they haven't actioned it yet. So be kind of like mindful and discerning on who you share your wins with, because other people are not going to be there, but that's okay because they will be there eventually. But this group, this community, we're the ones who go first. That's why it's been so hard for us. That's why we've been constantly dying, right? Now, next point number 2, Osiris revisit. Well, he hadn't gone anywhere, to be truthful, but I was at my Sekhmet altar, and I was using the Anubis Oracle, and all of the cards came up, Osiris, Osiris, Osiris. And it was all about regeneration and growth. It was all about like the sacred architecture and the structure coming online. And I was like, wowzers. And straight after that, I dived into my journal and I actually channeled Osiris, but through my own higher self, if that makes sense. So this message didn't come directly from his lips as such, like him speaking. It came through the filter of my higher self, but it was his frequency speaking through her, if that makes sense, about me. It was like a prayer. I'm going to be sharing the full prayer tomorrow in Temple because it's very relevant for tomorrow's class. And I really want to save the fullness of that magic for that class. So you'll hear it in its fullness then, or receive it rather, and then I will share it on YouTube. Now, one of the paragraphs that came through me from him, I loved, and it just sums up everything. No longer do I micromanage. No longer do I control. No longer do I fear the thoughts of it all going wrong. I trust deeply. And it was all about that divine masculine, like being able to just rest your head on his chest. And just knowing that even in rest, your energy and your magic is still working. That's the problem. That's the issue. Because we didn't have that divine support, and because we didn't feel safe, and because we didn't feel supported, all divine masculine issues, like how can we rest? We're like, no, it's like a single mom running around going, God, I got to do school run. I've got to make sure dinner's there. I've got to make sure little Johnny's done his homework. You can't rest. I've got to make sure the house is locked up at night. You're on alert all the time. But now your divine masculine is here. And oh God, even when I speak about Osiris, it was like he just put his big old arms around me and I just lay on his chest and I just felt such a deep sense of like, just an exhale. I'm even feeling it now, like full on. So this is now point number 3, because now I'm going to share with you something really quite big. And I'm going to go into it in depth in tomorrow's class, because this is actually all for tomorrow's temple. So that was that day. Yesterday, I put these cards. That's when Osiris came through. Last night, okay, I kind of keep leaving candles burning. And I was like, shit, like I went to bed last night, kind of funnily enough, thinking of fire. Little did I know that I'd left my candle burning. And it's a thing because I always got candles burning. But this particular candle was on the Sekhmet altar, which is and the candle is burning, and I will make sure that I extinguish it today. But anyway, I didn't do it yesterday. I walked in my office this morning, and you can see that. Can you see from there? There's a big patch there. Yeah, carpet's fucked. I'm going to get my deposit back. Hope my landlady's not watching this. Anyway, candle burnt out, dripped on the floor. Carnage. Walked in this morning and was like, oh shit, no wonder I was like thinking of fire before going to sleep last night. Anyway, the big message was that that burning through the candle was Sekhmet working on me subconsciously. Because I was like, I have a lot of altars in this office and I have one upstairs as well. Her altar, candle, burnt out. There wasn't destructive flames. Nothing was destroyed. It burnt contained. It burnt really beautifully. But the nice thing was, you can't believe I'm saying this, the candle wax fell on the floor. As soon as I saw it on the floor, I was like, oh, something's being grounded. Something's been brought into the physical sacred architecture. Something has been born that's brand new. And today I will dismantle that altar, because obviously it needs to now, because the energy that came through with that candle burning through her, it burned all night. She has burned something major out of the root chakra. Now, funnily enough, my coccyx pain is right at the root. Do you know what I mean? And that's to do with your safety, your connection, and all the rest of it. So this is all kind of like, whoa, really, really delivering a massive message that there's some big, monumental, massive stuff that even you're not aware of. And it's going on in dream state. It's going on in the quiet time. Now, talking of dream state, to back this altar experience up, right? What also happened was I had a dream last night, and I was in the dream. I was lying in an Airbnb. I was looking out the window, big, juicy lemons on this big, beautiful green tree. And I remember lying there in the dream going, remember this, Marie, you need to make a note of this. Remember that you look this part up in the morning. And I did. Now, lemons are kind of bitter, but they're also purification. So there was an abundance of fruit. We all know Marie loved the tree of life, time to pick the fruits. But I was looking at it out of a window in an Airbnb, which I was staying in, which was beautiful, but it wasn't my home as such. But either way, that gave a message that whatever is coming is coming. It's not here yet, but we can reach out the window and we can pull that lemon if we need to, right? Then I dreamt that I was in the airport waiting for a flight with my husband, waiting to get on a plane. Now, we all know that that's a timeline jump. I dream about airports often, and so it's not unusual. But I was with my husband. That was significant. Usually I'm on my own, right? He was with me. We were waiting. Nobody was having an argument. It was all kumbaya. It was a good dream. And we were waiting to board a flight to go somewhere. And he, my divine masculine, was with me. So that is a significant dream, that whatever happened last night on that altar with Sekhmet, she burnt away something for me and for you. She burnt away something we could not let go of. Now, coccyx pain is old energy, period. There is nothing else new about it. It's old energy. My body's not been able to drop this clanger because the body's still holding on to it. So there's something that was in the makeup of that, doesn't matter anymore. It's gone. There was something in it that I didn't want to let go of, and I found it very difficult to kind of like, probably been with it for lifetimes. She burnt it through. So now this is why we are in very, very significant, powerful times of transformation. I also got major visions of old architecture which had turned into dust, like you could blow it. Brand new structure is kind of coming forward. And I'm seeing this in my mind's eye constantly, even as I speak to you now. So that is the sacred architecture coming online. So this is going to be a very, very powerful temple meeting tomorrow. Now, just to let you know that the temple meeting will only be up on the YouTube channel for all to watch for this next one. Maybe December will be the last one, but then you will only access the recording within the newsletter, because I'm changing my sacred architecture with everything. I'm getting more organized. I'm getting more orderly. All offerings, all free offerings, paid offerings, tour information, all that kind of thing will all be in the newsletter. And of course, I'm doing a lot of blog writing and things like that, and like Wisdoms of Marie. That's what's coming through the newsletters right now. So everything will be over there. And that's what I'm saying. Even I'm changing my structure on how I do things. I'm getting more efficient. I'm getting more organized. I'm getting more orderly. And that is the one thing that your divine feminine has been waiting to land into, because she's kind of looking at it going, I ain't going in there, not until he's got his shit together. And now your divine masculine is like, I'm here, I'm awake, I'm here. I'm present. She's now going, okay, all right, now we're cooking with gas. Now we can move forward. Do you know what I mean? So that's kind of like what's happening. So we will dive deeper into this in tomorrow's temple classroom. I'm really excited for it. I really am. And I look forward to welcoming all of you there. And this is really exciting times. We've got a little bit further to go. And just to remind you, one more thing before I go, the 17th of February is only when we switch from the year of the snake to the year of the horse. So let's not get it twisted. I'm going to get more into the astrology side of it because there's a lot of planets moving from everywhere into Aquarius second half of January, right? So there's going to be huge transformations and shifts. So don't be surprised if you wake up on January the 1st and you're still kind of like clearing stuff and doing stuff, because that always happens and everybody gets so despondent. But hang on a minute, we don't really shift until the year of the horse until the 17th of February, right? So we just want to be mindful of that. Get the head out the way as far as like, oh, when we get there, we're going to do that, because that's separation. We just move with the energy. Don't worry about that. It's a very, very gentle guide to kind of like say that's kind of what you're going to expect, but we stay here. We stay here. Anyway, this is my kind of energy update. I don't really know, my altar burning down kind of message from Sekhmet video. How am I going to put that into a title? Anyway, it matters not. You've received it. Love and light, y'all. And I'll see you on the next video or in temple tomorrow. Peace.